What's up guys, it's Punchy, and I have a build for you today that turned out pretty well. I was confused at first on how good this build was going to be, but anything with a dagger is fairly easy to use, so here's what I call the Celtorian horror. Before we start, make sure you check out my last video where I talked about how overpowered the Serpent's Edge can be. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers, which honestly is crazy, and if you'd like, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. This character is a pretty drippy Celtor that's maxed out with an enchant, but I'm still waiting to get a bell at the moment. As a level 60, I have 1 strength, 20 fortitude, 35 agility, 75 intelligence, 90 willpower, 2 charisma, and 100 in light weapon. It's a bit of a weird distribution of stats, but I'll explain what it's all about. The entire purpose of my Celtorian horror build is playing around with status in order to overwhelm the enemy. The main status I'll be using is from the talent All the Dead Gods. On a successful M1, you apply a purple particle on the enemy to prevent all types of healing for a duration of 5 seconds. I actually dropped a full video on this talent, and I guess the devs looked at it and they buffed the duration by 2 times. So instead of 2.5 seconds, it is now 5-second duration for All the Dead Gods. Although this talent costs 75 willpower and 75 intelligence, it's pretty decent. The other status that I can apply is through the Grim enchant. If I hit 77 times, it puts a status on them that makes them take more damage. It's pretty straightforward and easy to use, so I like it. But let's get into the mantras on this build because they are a part of the theme and they do have uses for themselves. First mantra I got is Rapid Slashes. I believe that this mantra is one of the best in the game due to its ability to close distance. You can basically use this straight up to approach or combo right into it for maximum damage, and it's honestly a super great move on this build and was modified for maximum range. And just for fun, I put a wind gem on this as well. Next mantra I've got is Revenge. Pretty decent move that allows me to get behind people and can be used in combos. This does a ton of damage when you're at low health, and I see myself using it frequently. It's pretty good. Because I put so many points into intelligence, I've basically been forced to pick a prediction. Prediction is a pretty useful counter for timing attacks, but it's genuinely something that I don't use a lot. Maybe it's because I, rely on my M1 so much, but maybe if you know how this move works, you could use it more. And my next move, Abyssal Eyes or Gaze, is probably the most useful on this character. If you don't know, Gaze applies a ton of insanity that causes whoever hit to scratch themselves and take damage. It's very, very good on a build with fast swing speed because it causes them to stand still and make mistakes. I always have this mantra activated, and I want to stack it with All the Dead Gods and the Grim status effect to make enemies freak out when there's like status on them. Wind gem on this as well. The last mantra I use a lot is going to be Exhaustion Strike. This move is great for approaching and comboing into and works great with a dagger. Any opening can lead to a ton of damage if you have fast swing speed. And that's all for my mantras. This build itself is actually quite a speed demon where I get a lot of opportunity to go fast. It's pretty nice to stack up Adrenaline Surge and Gaze with a wind gem because it keeps on boosting my movement speed even further. I didn't really want to mention Adrenaline Surge because it is just like a basic buff, but it's very, very good if you have Spinning Swordsman, which says more damage on running attacks when going fast, and it's pretty decent just to go fast with a dagger. I enjoy using daggers a lot because it's very damn viable without spamming mantras. Being able to do an M1 that applies 3 types of status lets me think that this build will be viable in layer 2. You can also do some insane damage with a dagger when using Overflowing Dam and Knife's Journey. With a full ether bar, you do 10% more damage, and that can stack on the Grim status. You can tank through people easily. Lastly, agility is a pretty large focus on this build, and dodging and moving fast is also very good. I've got Ghost on this build, letting me go invisible and invincible whenever dodging to be very, very slippery. Paired with the talent Decisive Blow, it's insane what type of payoff you can get from dodging a single attack. I can move faster, be invisible, be invincible, and have an increased chance for a damage multiplier. It's pretty stupid. And finally, with a high intelligence build, at some point you'll want to try out some potions. Making potions is super easy if you got a portable cauldron, and you can use these potions on you or your friends. All I'm saying is, if you have high intelligence, do not sleep on potions. And here's a full list of my talents if you want to try out this build for yourself. The weapon I'm using is a Grim Champion's Dagger that does around 27 to 28 damage with a very fast swing speed. For increased damage, a Side Dragoon does 46 damage, which is honestly free damage. I stacked my 100 light weapon points with 90 points in willpower within Akira's ring because why not? More damage is always good. My character is pretty dripped out with the Sage Pathfinder Elite, Black Diver armor, and anything else green. I think I did a pretty good job making a cool Celtorian themed character, and I was very happy with the outcome of this build. Check out some fights and see how broken daggers can be. And that's all for today, and thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed watching, make sure to like and subscribe for more Deepwoken content, and have a good one.